Alright, so we have one wall built using those pieces. What I want to do is end that with one of these wider pieces. So this right here could be a group. Okay. And I'll have to think about trimming this or how I'm going to trim it. I could push it into the mesh. Here we don't have back face culling to deal with. In the engine we do. But let's say group together first. Modify center pivot. Rename the group something like end wall. And then I can just hit Shift D to duplicate it. And then I could rotate it so it's in the opposite end, or I could scale it negatively. In this case, I'll scale this negative. And that's negative X. So I'll put a -1 here. There we go. We have a flip variation of that, and it should line up pretty good. Wonderful. Just take a few seconds to see if everything is copacetic. And in this case, if we have something that is not copacetic, we're going to have to make changes on both sides. So take some time and do it now so you don't have to end up doing it a hard way later on. Okay, good. I'm going to make that change to over here too. There we go. And I'm still seeing quite a bit of a seam in these. And it could be from stretching it out too much. Yep, and that was the case. There we go. Good. So this could be a group, and I'll just click on all of it. I'll move some of these structures that I'm not using out of the way. We're going to be using those in a second, but for right now I have to get a very uniformed looking factory, and then I can remove the pieces necessary for the randomness. Alright, so this is one huge giant group. Group those together. I'll call this one right wall. And if I shift duplicate that one and flip it, so in this case I'm going to negative scale it in Z space, it looks like. And I can see Z here, Z. -1. Good. Alright. Now I have to just get this transition wall built. Okay, once I highlight these objects, you'll notice that these groups are now empty, and I'm going to have to make some fresh groups because end wall is now empty. Right wall took over everything, so these groups are now empty groups. If they're empty, I would get rid of them. It's not going to delete your geometry. And then I'd have to make new groups. And the way I like doing that is find some pieces and duplicate them, then group them together. Okay, so just kind of putting this over to the side. This is duplicates anyway, so I can get rid of them. And then jump into my top view. Group these together. Modify center pivot. Rotate them to a 90 degrees. Move them into position. And then we'll look at trimming this later, but for right now, that's pretty good. Now if I want to recall that last group, I can just go in here. I think that was that one right there. Now I can regroup these pieces into a new group. You'll notice that in here there might be a subgroup. Or I can just simply grab them and hit Shift D. It's your choice. Alright, move these. That's good. So I'll have 4 on the ends and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now that might be a little long if you want to make your factory or warehouse just a little shorter than that. I totally understand. Now I'll check this other side. Did I put this mesh on top or that mesh in the bottom? In this case, I put this one on the inside. Just like that. And I can double check that by hitting 4 on the keyboard and to see which one I tucked in. It looks like it's the opposite way around. This one's sitting on top. That's very important to distinguish the other end. If we don't do that, they will be offset quite badly on the other end when we duplicate the end wall. Very cool. Okay, take these pieces and group them together. Modify center pivot and copy them over. Shift D. Again, in Z, we need to scale these and move them back into position. Now, I'm missing a few pieces, but that's okay because I'm going to put the garage door right there probably. I'll put a couple garage doors in, and the garage door, I think, takes up 2 sections. Just to be truthful about that, I'll duplicate it. Rotate it. If I rotate it just a little bit, I can go into this feature and type in the negative amount as an absolute. Okay, so the garage door would take up 3 sections. So we might not want the garage door here. We do have other possibilities. We have this entryway. Okay, again, -90. And we'll fit that into position. And yes, that fits quite nicely. So I'll end up putting one of those here, and I might put one of these on the other side also. Now this it doesn't have to have the brick per se. We could have something else there. In fact, I might add the peeled metal onto that one. Alright, so this is what we have so far. Let's continue on to the next video.